tuning into TTV. I'm your host, Toya, and today is Terrific Thursday. So, the topic for today is everything is not a fight, okay? And it's not. It's not. But we're going to get more into it. Before we do, please like, subscribe, and share because if you get anything out of this content, chances are someone else will as well. So, share with those you know, love, and care about. Also, check out the links below for my book, Tease Collection, as well as for the Young Living, which is an essential oil company. They do not sponsor me, but I am a distributor for them. So, check out that link below for your essential oil needs, and let's get into it. So, everything is not a fight, and the way I came up with this topic is that my ancestors told me to watch the movie The Secret again. And so I pulled it up and I'm sitting there watching it, and one of the things that the lady said in there is that I'm not gonna say, I think it was all of them anyway, all of them spoke on it, but that everything is not a fight. Like, we fight everything. You know, you get some disease and it's a battle against that disease. You know, you're fighting to come out of your financial hole. You know, you're fighting with your kids. You know, you're fighting to keep going in a day. Like, everything is a fight. And but I tell myself sometimes, you know, like, I'm just tired of fighting. Why does everything have to be a battle? Why is everything, you know, just has to be this war we going up against? And the thing is that because we look at it that way, that's why it is that way. You look at a fight as a fight, it's going to be a fight. But if you look at a fight as just an obstacle, just something that you need to get over, just something that you need to acknowledge and then work on. Going back to what I said before, problems are just questions that need answers. So it's not something that we have to fight. It's just something that we have to answer. It's a question that popped up that we have to answer. But we look at it as a fight, like something we have to fight. The war on drugs, the war on, you know, whatever, the Taliban, the war. Everything is a war. Everything is a fight. You know, you fight cancer, you know, but truth be told, a lot of times it's just not a fight. We don't have to always fight everything. You know, life was meant to be joyous. Life was meant to be happy. And I actually saw a video where a lady was saying the most stressful emotion there is for a human being in this world today is joy. Like, how is that the most stressful, most negative emotion? Joy. And the reason is because we're so used to fighting for everything and fighting with everything that when we do get something to the moment where it's something joyous and we're happy and everything is going well, we're waiting on the bottom to drop out. You know, we're waiting for the shoes to fly off. You know, like that roller coaster at the fair where it spins you and then they drop out the bottom and you stuck to the wall and spin and spin. That's what we're waiting on. We're waiting on everything to spin out of control. We're waiting on the bottom to fall out. When the truth be told, it's just stop waiting for it. You know? It goes back to, you know, going back to watching The Secret again. That's part of it. You know, when you expect something, you're going to get it. Because the universe is going to send it to you. God is saying, okay, that's what you want to experience right now, then go ahead and experience it. You know, and I was talking to my best friend about that because one of the things I never worry about is when I walk out that door, I know I'm coming back. I know there's just certain things I don't have to worry about. And I don't worry about it. I know I'm safe no matter where I go. I know if it is a situation where it's not safe for me, I know I'm going to get that feeling to get out of there and get away from that unsafe predicament. So I never worry about that when I walk out the door. I know when I walk out the door, I'm going to come back. I know my children are going to be okay. I know my family is going to be okay. Why? Because that's not something I choose to experience. It's not something I want to experience. And so I just know I'm not going to experience it. I just know it's not going to happen. And if you could look at life, like every aspect of life in that same manner, like whatever it is that you want or you desire, it just is, then you start to understand that it's not a fight. It's not a battle. You know, it's not something that we're going up against. Now, are there things in this world that we're going up against? Yes. Yes, there are. But the way you fight it is not by pulling up your dukes and constantly having it as an issue that there's something that you have to fight. The way you fight it is you give it the exact opposite. If it's asking for your attention, you put your attention someplace else. If it's trying to pull you down and make you sad, then you pull yourself up and make you glad, okay? Yes, we doing some Dr. Seuss rhymes, okay? Don't get mad, get glad, okay? Actually, that was a TV commercial for the glad. Anyway, I'm getting off track. But anyway, you change how you look at it. You change how you approach it. You change how you deal with it. You change your expectations. And that's how you really fight something. That's how you really change your life and how you expect things to be. That is the secret that they were talking about. So if you change your mind and you change how you look at stuff, instead of fighting it all the time, instead of it being this constant battle, don't give the negative side of it your attention. Give the positive, the results, whatever it is that you want. That's what you give your attention to. And I'm not talking to just y'all. Like I told y'all, lessons that they give me and send to me, they have me present to you guys as well. Okay, so this is a lesson that I'm working on my own self. Okay, this is one that I've done in the past and that I just find myself straying away from time to time. Because I remember they had me do a test one time. I was at work and they said, just pick something out of the way and to manifest it. I said, okay. I said, well, when I get home, there's going to be like a blue ball on my porch. And they asked me, does it have to be a ball? I said, you know what? No, it can just be anything round that's blue. That's going to be on my porch when I get home. And I'm telling you, it wasn't my birthday. It wasn't a holiday. It wasn't nothing going on. I didn't specify anything other than something blue and round that was going to be at my house waiting for me when I got home. On my way home, I get a call from my child who tells me, yeah, your friend stopped by and he brought you some flowers and a balloon. Like I said, wasn't my birthday, wasn't a holiday, none of that was going on. And when I got home, guess what color the balloon was? It was blue. So I had something round and blue waiting for me when I got home, which is what I said when I was at work. And so they did that on purpose. And it's something that I reference to myself all the time. When I think that things are impossible, when I think things aren't going the way that I need them to go, and I'm trying to switch that in my head and come back to the positive and know that that stuff is going to happen, know that it is going to be what it is. I go back to that moment when I manifested something blue and round waiting for me when I got home. Okay? Because if I can do it on something as simple as that, I can do it on something major. You know, like one of the things they were saying, stop focusing on bills coming home, coming to your mailbox. You focusing on bills, so guess what? Every time you focus on the bill, it's going to be there. So instead, focus on checks. Get some checks in the mail. And when I tell you, when I spend the time and I actually think about it, I end up with checks in the mail. They come, I don't know where they come from. I don't have the slightest clue. Half the time, I don't even know. I've gotten lawsuit checks. Like somebody just sent me checks on lawsuits. Like one time it was $100 and something. Another time it was $3. But it don't matter. $3, $100, it's a check. It's money. It's money I wasn't expecting. But I was expecting checks in the mail, and I got it. I even got one from a hospital that I hadn't been to in, I think I went one time a long time ago, and then I ended up with a check from it like 20 years later. They sent me a check. Like, I ain't even been to this hospital in 20 years, but I got a check from them. So, change your expectations. Change how you looking at it. Don't let everything be a fight. If you feel like it's a fight over here, like with your bills, because that's the most common one that most people are fighting against. They have these fights with these bills and getting them paid and everything. So, instead of having a fight, just imagine those bills being paid. Imagine not having to deal with that no more. Imagine that, those, you don't even have to look at them. They get taken care of before you even know it. And what ends up happening is you're going to end up with some kind of opportunity that you wasn't even expecting or know about. Okay? I have an opportunity now that I really need to call on. It was one that a friend of mine presented me with. And so I really need to call on that. But all I'm saying is that you're going to get these opportunities to make things happen without you even understanding or realizing how or why. Because you don't need to know the how it's going to happen. You don't need to know the why it's going to happen. All you need to know is believe that it's going to happen. And that takes us back to the whole thing that everything is not a fight. Sometimes you just have to believe that it's just going to work out. And guess what? In the end, it works out. And sometimes when it works out, it doesn't look like what you expect it to look like. Like you're wanting something to work out, like a loved one that's sick, for example. I've been dealing with a lot of death around me lately. And one of the things that people want is that they want their loved ones to stick around. Well, if your loved one is in pain and uncomfortable, I don't want them to stick around. I want them to make the choice that's best for them. If they want to stick around and they want to endure that, then fine. Come on, let's do this. I'll help you. But if you're ready to go, then go. Because that's what's best for you. And so at that point, it's not my fight, it's in their hands. Okay. And I would much rather see that suffering end than to see you continue in it and continue that battle and that fighting. So if you can change your mindset on it and call that healing to you, then that's better. If you can't for whatever reason and you end up getting called home because you're tired, man, I understand. I'm tired too. Y'all just don't know. I just don't talk about it. But stop fighting. That's all I'm really going to say. Is just stop fighting. Everything is not a fight. Everything doesn't have to be a fight. So stop fighting. Okay? Stop fighting. Take those negative emotions and flip them. Call something that you enjoy to you. Call that joy. Live in that joy. Live in that happiness. And let the universe bring what you need to you. That's all I got for you. All right? So if you got anything out of this, please like, subscribe, and share. And I will talk to you tomorrow.